I got a Patreon request from Ryan who wanted me to review the big screen version of R.L. Stine's Goosebumps books. I'm just going to say right off the bat that I have no nostalgic attachment to Goosebumps. I was certainly aware of the books as they were quite popular, but I never read them and I did not watch the television series all that much. I only have a vague memory of an episode of a haunted Halloween mask. At the time, I enjoyed watching Are You Afraid of the Dark, and my childhood mind just assumed Goosebumps was a knockoff. I now recognize that's not the case. So any in-jokes and references in the Goosebumps movie went over my head. As for the film itself, I think it can be best described as Gremlins light. You have a small town being terrorized by monsters unwittingly unleashed by the lead characters, who then have to stop them. They even have their own ringleader. As derivative as that plot is, the central concept the filmmakers decide to use for this movie is quite a clever one. What would it be like for an author to come face to face with their own creations, made even worse by the fact that he imagined these horrific monsters? A Goosebumps film adaptation had been developed for many years, with the main struggle being wondering which stories to adapt. Finally, it seems they decided, hey, let's just throw all the monsters in there. I'm sure hearing the pitch for this movie must have sounded delightful to R.L. Stine. And the best part of Goosebumps is Jack Black playing an exaggerated version of Stine. Black is clearly enjoying himself and giving the role his all, coming up with the right voice and mannerisms that plays this author scared of what he has written. The film comes alive whenever he appears on screen. Black also does a superb job of voicing Slappy the ventriloquist dummy. The various monsters have been excellently brought to life by the animators at Sony Pictures Imageworks. Also, apparently that was enough to brand Goosebumps as a Sony Pictures animation production. Jack Black is so entertaining that the teenage characters end up feeling uninteresting by comparison. They're not bad characters, but they're just sort of overshadowed by Mr. Tenacious D over there. You also have Amy Ryan in a largely thankless role as Zach's mother, and Jillian Bell is clearly trying her best to gain laughs, but her character did not do much for me. A lot of Goosebumps also descends into a lot of running and screaming, which can get tiring after a while. I do like how it ends, with Stine almost reflecting back on his life's work and confronting his creations. I wish there was more Jack Black in this movie, as he even disappears for chunks of it. Overall, I would say Goosebumps is a harmless diversion with a fair amount of creativity, even if the product as a whole could use some work. Did I mention Jack Black is the best part? Because Jack Black is the best part of the movie. I definitely think Goosebumps will be for this generation of youngsters what Hocus Pocus is for people of my age. That light Halloween treat that's not a bad way to spend some time on October night in between viewings of gorier and scarier horror films. And for those wondering, I've not yet seen Goosebumps 2 Haunted Halloween. I'll probably check it out once it reaches home video, because I am curious to see how they've continued the series despite my mild opinion of the first one. Thank you for the request, Ryan.